Are you a pastor or an AV media director that goes the extra mile to copy DVDs every week for your homebound members? You can now service those important members by broadcasting your audio signal over the traditional telephone line, and you can do it for the equivalent cost that it takes to record, copy, and distribute a DVD. Here is a quick video to show you how simple and powerful it is. Welcome to an overview of phone live streaming. In this video, we will cover the top 5 use cases for ministry, how phone live streaming works, 3 key features, how to start your first broadcast in 6 steps, and how to set up phone live streaming as an RTMP destination. How are churches using phone live streaming today? They broadcast their worship services to members who don't have the internet, which is about 20% of the population in the United States, and that number is higher for metropolitan areas. With the same audience, they're not able to receive emails, so they will send a voice email over the phone. Phone live streaming is also used for emergency and important announcements. So if your church is closed because of the weather, or there's a really critical event you want to make sure everybody is aware of, send it out using phone live streaming. Phone live streaming is also used as a translation line. Phone live streaming does not provide the translating, but the line that you can use. So you can have an English line, a Spanish line, a Korean line, a Chinese line. When using phone live streaming for a translation line, it works for in-person people who bring their own device and for people online at the same time. Also, the translator does not need to be present. They can be translating from your online broadcast. Churches also use phone live streaming to provide a weekly devotion, about a 10 to 15 minute devotion that goes out to all their members. In the United States, 45% of people say they are a member of a church, but only 20% attend at least once a month, which means 25% of your members are not attending, but you can get a chance to minister to them with a devotional line. How does phone live streaming work? When you're streaming your service from church, you determine what destinations you want. You can choose YouTube, Facebook, and your website. In addition to that, you can do a destination as phone live streaming, and it will then take the audio signal off of your video and clean it up and then send it across the traditional telephone line to reach people who do not have internet access. There are 3 keys to a successful phone live streaming account. The first one is notifications. So the benefits of the live notification system is that when your broadcast starts, it will automatically call everybody that is on your list. Now, there is an option right when they receive their phone call to either subscribe or unsubscribe by pressing the number 1. So if you have somebody on the list who no longer wants to receive the call, they press 1 and they'll take them off the list. If somebody were to call in on your toll-free number and wanted to be added to your list, they would press 1 and that would add them to your list. You can also import a list of phone numbers from your church management system. To manage the live notifications, here on the left side, the left menu, is the option for live notifications. You drop that list down, and then you click on subscribers. And over here, you can click to unsubscribe or resubscribe somebody. You can edit their information here, like you could add a friendly name. This column over here, it's blank. You can actually put Miss Smith over there, edit that. And here's the date that they signed up. If you wanted to add a new subscriber, you click the new subscriber button and add their friendly name and phone number. And you can bypass the voicemail check. If we sense that there's a voicemail that's clicked on, it will hang up. And then here's where you can upload your subscribers from your church management system. Our second key to success is using the phone live streaming dashboard. The purpose of this dashboard is to give you detailed information on how well the phone live streaming system is working for your church. On this dashboard, you will know who's answered, who's called in, how long they have listen. You can create reports that you can send to your church administration. It will help you also to debug issues. You can take an attendance of who listened. You can see who did not answer, and you might want to follow up and call and do two things. One, check and see how they're doing, and number two, make sure they understand when that call comes, it is the church and they can answer it and enjoy the church service. Also, on this dashboard in the call log below, you will see a list of people that called in, and if there's a phone number that you don't know, you have an opportunity to call them and to welcome them to your church, find out what their interest is, etc. If you find out the phone number is spam or somebody you don't want running up your phone bill, you can actually block them. To get to the dashboard, on the left menu, you first want to choose Phone System, and under Phone System, you want to click on Stats. At the top here, you get this really interesting chart, and it's going to show you orange color the unique number of callers, and then the blue is going to tell you the total number of calls. The orange is saying a person may have called multiple times, but we're only going to count them as once. And then the blue represents getting multiple calls back from that same person. And then the gray is average call duration. So on average of all the listeners, how long did they listen? You'll have this chart here for each date of the broadcast. Now up here on the upper left is where you would choose your date range. Then this quick information here, it's going to tell you during the time period you had 9 unique callers. You did 4,870 minutes of ministry. You have 7 people on your notifications list. There was 506 calls made, 9 minutes average listening time. Minutes listened when live is 4,482. Scroll down on the screen. In the call log, you're going to have the friendly name. If you've added the friendly name on their notification subscription list, you'll have their phone numbers. You'll have when they called, the duration of their call, and the status that it was complete. Or in this case here, this was a busy phone. This phone had no answer, but these other calls were completed. This call log is good for explaining the expense to your CFO and to the pastor. Third key to having a successful PhoneLiveStreaming account is to make sure that you use the custom greetings feature. Custom greetings reflects the brand and image of your church. When people call in or receive a call from your broadcast, there are prompts along the way to explain what's going on and what their options are, and those are done in a robotic voice. Now, that robotic voice will mention your church's name to bring some level of comfort to the caller. But when it's your own personal voice, it's the pastor's voice, and it's a welcoming message, and you're explaining the ministry and why they're receiving the call, things go so much better. Also, the custom greetings helps in a number of ways. In addition to elderly people receiving a toll-free phone number call and feeling like it might be spam or a salesman, it does bring that level of comfort when they answer the phone and understand that it is the church. But you also can use PhoneLiveStreaming for a translation line. And as a translation line, all those prompts and messages can be done in the native language of the translation. If you're doing like a weekly devotions and you're sending the call out to everybody and they receive the call, it may be annoying until they hear why they're receiving the phone call, what the purpose is, and how long to expect the phone call to be, and then also giving them the option to unsubscribe if it's not a convenient time. And so you maintain the quality of relationship while communicating by using the custom greetings. To get to custom greetings, on the left menu here, we want to choose phone systems, then choose custom greetings. Up here's a link for more details in our knowledge base to get an idea of how custom greetings work. There's a income welcome message that you can replace. There's an outgoing welcome message. Join the notifications list. This is how they subscribe. The finish one is at the end of the broadcast. Let them know the live stream is finished. Quite a few messages here. I think there's 18 of those. Record on an MP3, your own MP3 device, and then save that file, then upload that file to these various messages to give your users a positive experience. And here is how you can start your first broadcast in 6 steps. From your left menu, you want to choose Media. And after Media, you want to choose Web Broadcaster. After Web Broadcaster, you want to choose the microphone that you want to use with your broadcast. And then you want to hit the Go Live button. It is connecting, calling people, and it is broadcasting. I'm live now. I'm broadcasting. What I'm saying is on the toll-free number. Anybody would call in would hear me talking. If anybody was on my notification list, they received the phone call, and they're listening to me talk at this point in time. It's that simple to start your broadcast. Now, when you go live, you may get prompt to give approval for using your microphone because of security settings on your system. So you'd have to give that approval. Then when you're all done with your broadcast, hang up and your live broadcast is done. Set up your phone line streaming as an RTMP destination. You would want to be logged into your account. On the left menu, you want to select Media. Under Media, you'll select Live Video Stream. Here at Live Video Stream, then you would copy the server or host to your video encoder, if that's OBS, Boxcast, Wirecast, vMix, Vimeo, Streaming.net, etc. Then you also would want to copy the stream name or key. And then once you have those copied in there, whenever you start your video, it will automatically call everybody on your notification list and your toll-free number will be live. Start your account today at PhoneLiveStreaming.com.